it's funny how Knicks fans will turn positives into the oddest negative that you've ever heard in your life. And the example I'll use is this. All Steve Novak does is shoot threes. That's all he can do. All he can do is make threes. And you're like, dog, he's shooting like 45, 46% from three. And Knicks fans will say, yeah, but that's all he can do. And so you look at them like, hey, man, so he's leading the NBA in 3-point shooting. Teams legit come in game planning defensively for the point where Steve Novak gets hot because they know Steve Novak is gonna hit a three, and you're gonna hear Mike D'Antoni call orange for the rest of the game. It pisses Jeremy Lin off. Not Jeremy Lin. I'm sorry. Pisses Carmelo Anthony off when he hears orange because that means the ball's not coming Melo's way, right? Melo's gonna be like, God dog it! We're down 7, and this dude's calling orange. Give me the ball. I'm the man. Okay, Melo, listen. D'Antoni understands that you can score. You're a Hall of Famer, right? You can score, but we had the ball in your hands all game, and we're down by 7. And Steve Novak actually just hit a three, you know what I'm saying, to cut that lead from 10 to 7. We're going to call orange. And Knicks fans will say, well, Steve Novak is getting roasted on the other end. Man, so what? We know that. We know Steve Novak is not a great defender, right? We know that. The reason why he's on the floor is because he's a stretch 4. And Knicks fans, I have a stretch 4 video for you. So if you like videos like this with a little Knicks fan perspective, I'm not a corporate guy. I don't rub elbows with Alan Hahn and Bill Pito and all those guys. I'm just a random Knicks fan. Uncle Freezy. You know, I'm just like y'all. Just a random fan with some money to blow on basketball tickets and jerseys and stuff. You know, a lot of time to blow talking about these New York Knicks. So anyway, I didn't start this video just to talk about Steve Novak and Mike D'Antoni calling orange for like 7 minutes straight just to get Steve Novak looks at the three. I started the video because I wanted to create the video because Knicks fans don't seem to appreciate a player's greatness. And before y'all bash me in the comment section, you know, about the silent majority, you know, the majority of y'all who do appreciate greatness, and it's just the loud minority that characterizes everybody, or characterizes all the Knicks fans. Let me tell you this. So I'm Big Freezy on Twitter, right? That's me, Big Freezy, right? So I'm in a Twitter thread, you know, it's so frustrating. It's like, what can I compare it to? It's like quicksand. Just imagine every day jumping into a pool of quicksand and trying your best to swim your way out just for the thrill of it, just for S&Gs. It's what the spirit is like. I mean, because sometimes jumping into that quicksand is like, oh my gosh, what did I jump into this for? But then you struggle and fight your way out, and you get out, and you're like, yeah, I made it. You know, it's like it's an odd thing, right? You jump into this quicksand and you fight your way out, and when you fight your way out, you're kind of proud of yourself. I did it. I beat the odds, right? So the discussion has been, is Mitchell Robinson a centerpiece, right? And so I see the question. So this guy says, Leon Rose said R.J. Barrett and Mitchell Robinson are the centerpieces. Random Twitter guy says, well, all Mitchell Robinson does is dunk. And I laugh. I'm sitting next to my wife. We're in a place where it's inappropriate for me to laugh, but I'm looking at my phone because I'm bored out of my mind. I see, and listen, don't judge me because you guys have been in the same situation where you're in this place where you should be focused, but you're bored out of your mind, and you use your phone to kind of drift away some. And so I was in that situation, and I look at my phone and I see this random Twitter guy who I won't say his name, but it's a dude I like, and I call him random Twitter guy. And it's not totally disrespectful, but I feel like I have to be disrespectful, tongue in cheek at this moment because of what he tweeted. Shout out to Nick's Twitter, by the way. Nick's Twitter is the GOAT. So, but before we get started, if you like videos like this, if you enjoy them or whatever, if you don't, whatever, it's know it, man. Babe Ruth made the Hall of Fame, and he basically hit like less than 4 out of 10. So, but anyways, back to planet Earth. So he says Mitchell Robinson is just a dunker. And my thing is as I laughed, my wife nudges me like, fool, what are you doing? What are you laughing at? And she's like, man, be an adult for once, Uncle Freezy. Okay, I'll be an adult this time, But the point was all Mitchell Robinson does is dunk. Right? So I'm at a loss. Like, all he does is dunk. That's every NBA player's dream. If you can make 75% of your shots by dunking, that makes you the GOAT, right? That makes you a somebody, compared to the nobodies we had in the pivot before. Kyle O'Quinn, Robin Lopez, Enes Kanter, Jason, whatever his name is, the tall Jason, whatever his name is, Luke Cornett, who else? Cole Aldridge, the list named Tyson Chandler's, oh my gosh, the washed up, was it Sam Dellenberg? Oh my gosh. So the list goes on and on with centers that did diddly poo on offense for the Knicks. Right? So we get a guy that's 22, break Wilt Chamberlain's field goal percentage record. And we get him on the cheap, $1.5 million a year for the next this season, the season after next, and the season after next, which is crazy to me. And Nick's Twitter is saying, all he does is dunk. He's a nobody. Package him and the number 8 pick to move up to the number 2 pick. And in my mind, I'm thinking, this is the most ridiculous stuff I've ever heard in my life. Why? Right? So you have a guy with defensive player of the year potential, right? I'm not going to say he's going to win it in any year. I don't know when, but I know I saw this guy laying flat on his back under the rim, scramble to the 3-point line, and block a shot out of bounds. That's uncanny. Centers don't do that. Joel Embiid would not have done that. Right? Rudy Gobert could not have done that. Right? Who else? Karl Anthony Towns. Oh, couldn't do that. You know what I mean? Even your hybrid rim running rim protectors don't do stuff like that a 7-footer did. Right? Those 6'9" guys that that are probably power forwards 10 years ago, Those 6'8" guys, 6'9" guys that are power forwards 10 years ago that play center now would not have done that. But Mitchell Robinson does this, right? So people are starting to bash Mitchell Robinson. He's run of the mill. I can find 5 of them in the dark with a coupon. No, you can't, man. Mitchell Robinson is not bargain bin guy. Bargain bin guy. He's not a guy that you get, in that discount bin when you first enter the big box store where he's not the $2 flashlight, right? Mitchell Robinson is special. And there are numbers out here that I can stat you to death with numbers about Mitchell Robinson. But in this case, what I'd like for you to do is not just a New York Knicks fan, because I know you loved all the centers before Mitchell Robinson. I know you loved Taj Gibson. Oh, I know you love Taj Gibson, right? I know you. What about Enes Kanter? Oh, I know you enjoyed Enes Kanter on defense. I know you loved it, Knicks fans. I know you love the Robin Lopez's, the Kyle O'Quinns, just any center before. Listen, and that's sarcasm, but listen, you can't find a 7-footer that's athletic like that has the athletic verticality and the athletic ability to cover ground. You don't get those all in once. Those guys are so rare that you get a guy that can jump out of the gym. And now this is 7-footers now. What I'm talking about. I'm not talking about your 6'8", 6'9", 6'10" guys. I'm talking about legit 7-foot tall human beings that can legit jump out of the building, can run like a deer from rim to rim, right? And can cover massive ground in the half court. Those guys don't come along. We have one, right? So we have one. But the thing is, though, is Knicks fans are thinking that they could just find this guy anywhere USA. So if we could, why don't we have 2 Knicks fans? The Knicks fans that say you can find this guy anywhere USA. If you could, why don't you have 2 of them? One starts and one backs the other up. And the reasoning is because you can't find them like that. They're rare. And the sweetener is he's on a super cheap contract. He's a humble kid. He makes 75% of his shots. But the Knicks tweeters, all he does is dunk. Listen, at 47, I think I could carve out an NBA career, a career in the NBA. If I could dunk 75% of the times, 75% of the time that I touch the ball, I dunk. I think I'd make a pretty good career for myself, right? So here's the thing with Mitchell Robinson. Dude is a moldable piece of clay. You see this guy improve from year to year. In year 1, he showed you he's a shot blocker, right? In year 1, he's like, yo, I'm a shot blocker supreme. He blocked 8 shots in a game once, right? 8 shots in one game. Incredible. In year 2, he showed you that he is unstoppable down low. Now, people are going to say, well, he doesn't have post moves and he doesn't have... Why do you need a post move when you can score doing the way that he does it? Making a basket is making a basket. Stop nicking this up, Knicks Twitter and Knicks fans. You guys nick up well, not everything. That'll be hyperbole, but you nick up a lot of stuff. You know, things that are obvious, you nick it up just for the sake of nicking it up. If the guy is making 75% of his shots, let him make 75% of his shots. You know, I mean, if you need more offense, can you get offense from other places? It's weird, man. You know, why do you Mitchell Robinson doesn't shoot 3-pointers? Man, so what? So what? When he provides a team, he is the what I would call the future of the big man. Mitchell Robinson is the future of the big man, right? And listen to why I say that. Mitch gets a rebound, gives it to your point guard, sprints the floor. Okay, a center. Opposing NBA centers can't keep up with Mitchell Robinson. We know this. It's one of the reasons why he's shooting 75%. So Mitch sprints the floor. Before the defense sets up, your point guard throws Mitch a lob at the other end. You can't stop it because you can't make opposing big men faster. Now they can work on their skills. They can get stronger. They can get more touch. You know, they can, develop skills. But the one thing you can't do is your body either you're blessed with the ability to be fast or you're not. Like there's no way Uncle Freezy is going to become fast like Usain Bolt. That's not going to happen. No matter how much training I do, diet and exercise and all that mess, I'll never be as fast as Bolt because he's blessed with that speed, right? The same thing for NBA centers. They'll never be able to run like Mitchell Robinson because they haven't been blessed with that ability, right? So that's one thing to say that he's the future of the big. Now, with that said, verticality, being able to jump out of the gym. Either now you can improve on that, but you won't go from say a 30-inch vertical to a 45-inch vertical. It just doesn't happen. You may go from like a 30 to maybe a 34. Maybe increase your jumping ability 4 inches, and that's a lot, by the way. You know, but you won't go from 30 to 45. And so now you have a center that not only is he fast, he has the ability to jump. I mean, it's crazy. So here's the other thing too. So we have him on the next two seasons after this at like 1.5 mil. You know, so now you have a guy that's potentially defensive player of the year, and he's already broken an NBA record that stood for 50 years. Think about that. And he's at 1.5 mil, and he's 22 years old. But you think you can get that by walking into Costco? Right beside the flashlights, you think you can get a Mitchell Robinson there? I mean, come on, guys. So subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all smash that like button. I'm interested to see what you guys think in the comment sections. You guys are on fire in the comments. Keep that up. I look forward to chopping it up down there with y'all. And make sure y'all share on y'all social media sites and such. Again, this is Uncle Freezy, just talking about Mitchell Robinson and how polarizing he is as a Knicks player. I think I'll probably make sure you continue to add your suggestions so that I can do videos about the content that y'all want to hear. Again, this is Uncle Freezy. Like the video, subscribe. Peace.